Okay, now I showed you how to do it with the hooks. I'm going to show you how to do it with just residual limbs if you choose to do it this way. So I chose not to use the tube this time only because my tube is running out. But I would suggest that you do it with the tube because you can pick up the tube very easily and dab it under your eyes, and then you can use the Q-tip to blend. It's easier that way. But today, since I don't have a new tube, I picked up a powder, which is also a choice. And you can just rub some of this onto the powder, which is much harder. I don't recommend this. And you get some of this powder on there and then dab it under. And then rub it in. And I have to tell you, while I was practicing doing this, because I don't usually do it, I dropped it quite a few times. I think we picked them up, but there was a few of them in the sink. And granted, the more you do this, the faster you're going to be. And I'm going to do a sloppy job just because I don't want this to be an hour-long video. But it works pretty well. And the powder's not very great because the powder will probably get in my eyes too. But it does a pretty good job. And using your residual limbs, all you that use them more frequently than hooks, you guys are really good at this, so you'll get it done. Okay, not bad. All right, so we'll move on. All right, and then just like with my hooks, I'll go ahead and use the base, and I again use the same product. It's the e.l.f. Glow SPF Factor 15. It's really just it can be like a foundation and a sunscreen in one. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing that I did yesterday, and it actually is going to be a little bit easier because I can pump some out and just swipe it on my residual limb and rub it in all at once. Just dab it in here, dab it in there, we'll rub it in. So that part is easier. Because rubbing things in with your own skin is easier. So you may want to do these things with a combination of hooks and residual limbs. I'm going to let the left hand play too. Go a little faster. Boy, I used a lot. But you can see this stuff has kind of a slight tint, a little bit of a glow, I guess you could say. And the sunscreen built in. I don't really know what color color this is. I'm sure Mike will edit out the length of this because it's going on forever. Also, one thing I would suggest, get your neck. I would suggest putting sunscreen on your neck. I don't know if everybody does that, but in Colorado, the sun shines like every day. So we learned at a very young age that you need to put sunscreen on your neck or you have a turkey neck. Okay, so I'm done with that. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of color to this because it's kind of a, I don't know, it feels like there's like a yellowy sheen to it. So again, I'm going to get the e.l.f. bronzer. And it's actually going to be better. This is why I brought the towel out, because this will add a little friction so that I can really get in there and get these things apart. There we go. So now I've got a little bronzer. And these are nice because I can grab them like that. Just tap on a little color. This time I won't overdo it. Just a little color. And I have bangs, so I don't have to worry about the up there part. And like I suggested yesterday, maybe a little water. And then I can rub it in. And I can add more color if needed. You get the idea. I'll probably add more color later, but for now, good, that's good. We'll put that back on later too. And like yesterday, I'm gonna add the blush. And so, grab that again. Since I'm on the towel, I can open it up. And then add the color. I'll rub it in. Good enough for now. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to move on to the eyes. And same routine with hooks. We'll start with the eyeliner. I'm going to do the light blue on the bottom again. So grab the two. I do the same type of eyeliner with or without hooks. And it's just as easy. You know, you just go along the lower lash line. The lighting is weird in here, so I don't know if I...
Moves here, right?
I don't know if I get it on there. But you get the gist. Whatever eyeliner you use, very easy to do without hooks as well. Okay, and then move on to the other color. A little deeper color, brown. Oops, it needs to be wound up. There we go. Oh, maybe it's a green. It doesn't matter. Oh, my arm. Right along the lash line. All right. And since I have this Q-tip, I can touch it up a little bit. Because I went out of the lines. All right. Well, I'll fix that up later. Okay. You note that I didn't put on eyeshadow. You can do that very easily. As I showed you before, e.l.f. has that product that has eyeshadow in a stick. So if you want to do eyeshadow, you could just pop that out and just rub that right on your eyes. Super simple. So yeah, that's the eyeliner part. Okay, so the last thing I have to show you is the mascara. And it doesn't matter which mascara you use if you're using your Residual Limbs, because it's easier to hold with your Residual Limbs. So again, I'll go back on this towel. This poor white towel is not going to be white after this. And pull it out. All right. I do the first. Then go up like this. And then I flip and just use the tips of the wand. It does a pretty good job. And you can, of course, put the wand down and reposition to get a better angle of the brush and do this a little bit better. And that's probably good enough for there. And I am going to reposition for the bright eye. Okay, there we go. All right, that's probably good enough. And then for the lower lashes, I'm just gonna brush along. And you can get as heavy as you want on the lower lashes. And then, like I said before, for the brows, just to add some color, I just do the lightly touch. That's a little heavy. Lightly touch the color. And then use that same Q-tip that I used and just rub it in. And you might have to add a little bit more, add some water to reduce it a little bit more, but you get the idea of how it's done. So it's pretty easy to do either with hooks or without hooks, either way. And I have to be honest with you, I learned a couple things doing this makeup routine. When I made this video, I found that it's easier to do the base routine with the makeup on the base and the blush and the sunscreen and the whole thing without the hooks. But doing the eyes, I found it was easier to do with the hooks. So you might even want to try to do a combination routine. Now that might be a pain, but if you can figure out how to do it, that might be the ideal way to do it. So I hope you found these videos helpful. And as you can see, everyone can do it. And it really doesn't take that much time. It just needs a little bit of practice. And you too can make up your face as much as you want and as little as you want. Thanks for watching my videos. See you later.